DCC has not won the toss. In fact, it is the Vision Shipping who has won the toss and has elected to field first. It's going to be an exciting contest, no doubt. Two great teams, two very well-balanced sides. Both have the capacity to clinch the victory and move on to the finals, which will happen tomorrow. And we just have to wait and watch how the match turns out. Vision Shipping with an amazing bowling attack, of course. Saqib, the man of the match of the previous encounter, will definitely be starting proceedings for the Vision Shipping. He will be bowling from the Bukhatir end. Ronak Panoli, the superstar who managed to score 114 in one of the league matches, will be taking charge. It'll be very interesting to see how his approach will be today. He's definitely, knowing him, he's definitely going to take on the bowler. And this is going to be an exciting encounter, no doubt. This is Azhar with you, and alongside me is Nishant, who will be in the comm box. So, ball number 1, here we go.
A bit of an inside edge there, but run straight away off the mark with a single there.
Yes, it looks like he wanted to blast that first ball itself out of the park. Knowing Ronak how he is, he likes to take on the bowler, put pressure early on, but did not get his timing right on this occasion. And mind you, this is Saqib, who took 4 wickets in the last match and helped his team qualify, beating IGM, who are well positioned in the points table. Shahrukh Amin will be joining Ronak in the middle.
This has been a good partner. Pretty good partner to Ronak Panoli at the top. He will want to give him good company.
Yes, and they would want a steady start, yes, Nishant, because you have to survive Saqib's overs. They're not easy to play.
Yes, and if they can be a little sensible in their approach, well, they can post a big total on the board. They have all the abilities to do that.
The wicket yesterday was a similar one, yes, Nishant. What do you think is the difference between yesterday's and today's wicket?
Hardly anything, to be very honest. Probably just a touch better to bat. And Ronak doesn't time that one. Straight to the fielder at short mid. Quick single take, and that could have been risky.
It's very risky. I think he was lucky there because had Saqib come closer to the stumps and collected the ball, I would think he was gone, Nishant. Very close.
Yes, that was very close indeed. No two ways about it. I think he just jumped a little bit as well.
Beginning to think there are some nerves involved here, Nishant.
Yes, this is the first knockout. Nicely punched away straight to the fielder. That is a dot ball. Remember, Saqib Mahmood is not someone you can easily get away with. Can be very tricky.
Well, if they don't manage to give wickets to Saqib, I think they can contain a partnership here, but they should not be in a pressure situation where they want to compensate for the runs missed out when Saqib is bowling, and that's another area they would want to look into as well. This is struck hard, but blocked by Saqib. Might have saved at least a couple of runs for his team. And Ronak is key. Yes, Nishant. If the Vision Shipping, if they can get Ronak out early, the match is very much in their hands. And that's what they'll be looking at.
Yes, absolutely. They will be looking at getting Ronak Panoli early. He is the man, he is the key. No two ways about it.
Very interesting field setup as well. They've got a deep mid wicket, mid on, and just the square leg fielder on the leg side. And a pretty packed offside field, trying for the blind swing, but no short fine leg there, so he will pick up 2, possibly 3. No, they settle for 2 runs.
First over ball at 6 without loss.
So over number 1 bowled, just the 6 runs on board. DCC fairly quiet in the first over. Of course, it has been the in-form Saqib Mahmood, but now it's Rohit, the pacer, and it'll be very interesting how to see he will be handled by these 2 batsmen.
Yes, and Rohit is someone who is going to make things difficult.
The sheer perseverance they had against IGM the last game, the fielding, the bowling was so on point. TVSL is back with a groove, and if they can provide similar momentum here, I can tell you, DCC, and talking about momentum, that's not the momentum that you would want. Pretty wide and a big wide there, and well done by the keeper to collect that.
Shah Rukh 2 of 4, Ronak 4 of 3. Of course, they are looking at a slightly sedate start here.
A lot rides on the partnership. I think the batsman just noticing the side screen moving around a little bit, so pulled out, and rightly so.
I think it was Rohit's style. It came off on his run-up, distracted the batsman there.
Well spotted, Nishant. Because I did see the side screen moving as well. Maybe it's a combination of 2. Or maybe that guy who was walking over there. Regardless, this will be rebowled by Rohit. Shah Rukh here needs to provide a steady start. You don't want to get too slow and then go for the slog shots. This is up in the air. Just falling short of third man. Single taken.
There's just another run added to the tally with that. And Shah Rukh moves on to 3 of 5 now. Just get a feeling that both these batsmen at this point in time are looking at a release. They're looking at something that will get them off.
Absolutely spot on, Nishant, because I think that's what they have attempted as well. Ronak, in fact, he tried that of the very first delivery, and a couple of miss hits even after that. So he has not been successful so far in clearing. This one will miss. Leg stump. Run requested by Shah Rukh, but rightly sent back by Ronak. In fact, that is the delivery that he can very well flick. He was playing that same shot but did not read the line right there. And on another day, that could have well been lofted. That flick shot, he can definitely clear the boundary. They do have a deep square leg in place, so his timing definitely needs to be on point. Similar shot attempted, unsuccessful again. Aiming his pads, Rohit, and I can tell you this is a very risky maneuver, because if he gets bat to ball, he will definitely clear that boundary on deep square leg. He has the power, and it is the shorter side as well. So it'll be interesting if Rohit will continue the same way. This one going on the offside. Ronak seems to be struggling a little bit. And a good change this by Rohit as well. The previous two deliveries were very much on the in-swinging side. This one a tad straighter. 3 dot balls for Ronak.
Excellent start, I would say this for TVSL. Not allowed DCC to get off the hooks. Now, DCC, they're young and I think they're smart as well. They know it well. We'll talk about that when we come back. 2 overs bowled, it's 8 without loss. I was trying to say that these are a bunch of smart young cricketers, so get a feeling that if they can smartly handle Saqib Mahmood here, Saqib Mahmood has been in very good bowling form. If they don't give him wickets, then DCC will be in a position to cut loose. Not really. Shahrukh, he says, enough of a sighter I've had. It's time to go bang bang.
Right at the middle of the bat, that there were 2 fielders there, but it wasn't just the middle of the bat, it was middle of the ground in between those 2 fielders. And this was right at his slot, did not move too much as well. I would say it was not that risky of an attempt, considering the length at which Saqib bowled, and beautifully executed.
And this time, more of an on drive there. Will pick up a single. That 6 will give them some momentum. And not a bad idea for really Shahrukh to try and attack up front here.
Yes, absolutely. And also I feel, Nishant, that Saqib might be having a better chance if he sticks on to his stock outswinging delivery. Those are not easy to dispatch, and he does have the perfect field setup for that. A very packed offside field. This is up in the air. Will this clear the boundary? Field under it. No. 6 runs. And Ronak gets his first one.
Walking down the track there, and he just chips it away. That longer part of the boundary is not as long as it used to be. Still the longer of the 2.
Two sixes, Nishant, and Saqib will definitely not be pleased about it, but he is a smart bowler. This is hit well and will find the boundary. Ronak now cutting loose and finding the middle of the bat.
Yes, that's more like it. Keep doing the good work. Keep getting those boundaries. The idea is to put pressure. The idea is to play out. Saqib Mahmood, not give him wickets, whatever way they go about it.
Yes, and this over, they've already scored 2 sixes, 1 4, and a single. So that's about 17 runs already come off. All they need to do is just play him out. May not be the case because this is out of the ground as well. 6 more runs.
He is just getting into the groove here. 20 of 10. Good looking shot again from Ronak Panoli.
You cannot give him the iota of opportunity in missing out your length. You will be punished. Saqib might be feeling the pressure a little bit here because usually he's quite accurate. Today he was in his first over. This one so far has been really out of touch as far as his bowling is concerned.
And he walks down the track. This time looks to go over mid-off. Hits it straight to the fielder. He didn't really need to do that. 6-4-6. And then he hits it straight to the fielder at long off there. Now in the power play, if you pick the fielder outside the 30 yards, then that's poor cricket.
Absolutely intelligent bowling this Nishant. He knew that Ronak might attempt that shot there. He had that in his mind in the previous delivery as well, but this one was pitched a little bit more on the off stump. And Ronak, I think he tried to hit it straight, but slicing it right to the extra cover fielder at the boundary. Missing out. Big blow, big blow this for DCC. Ronak departs for 20. The score's 31 for 1. "31 for 1. We are live at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. DCC has just lost the wicket of Ronak Panoli, the informed batsman. Saqib Mahmood once again keeping his cool even after being hit for multiple boundaries and sixes. Still managed to clench the wicket of Ronak Panoli. And this gives rise to Punya to come on strike. And that's a single taken off Rohit, who's bowling his second over.
Yes, Punya, I think he's got a great opportunity here. He was among the runs in the 50-over tournament in the Bukhatir League. And after that, he's somehow not been able to click. He is someone who likes to take a little bit of time up front. And this is a perfect setup for him because Shahrukh at the other end will definitely want to keep going. You can give him company, get his eye in, try to bat through and get a 60-70 here.
And they've got a good start here. 32 for 1, 3 overs. Of course, the first 2 overs, they were quite slow, if I had to say. But now in the third over, they took on Saqib and rather aggressively. So he does have some time to settle himself in. The last thing that DCC want right now is lose a wicket because if they can just build a partnership here, get those 30, 40 runs minimum going without losing a wicket, they will be quite okay. And a quick single taken on this occasion.
Yes, that's what he's very good at. Pick up those ones and twos. And keep ticking over.
Actually, it's quite interesting, isn't it? If you look at some of the previous match statistics, you would have seen that Saqib's the one who usually contains the runs and Rohit goes for runs sometimes, time to time. This time, Rohit has been so on point, not allowing the batsman to free his arm. Not on this occasion though, wide, and again, great keeping there.
Yes, that was an excellent take. Excellent take. Just making sure that wide was the only thing.
Yes, in his 5 runs so far, 2 of them were wide, so the runs of the bat has not come in that easily. This one is beautifully placed on the offside and finds the boundary.
Yes, he just needs to carry on the good work here. Shahrukh is timing the ball well. That's what he needs to do.
Yes, the run rate is going steady, 10 runs per over so far. This is a good start, even though they have lost Ronak Panoli very early. These two does have the capacity to carry the innings on. They have to play smart here, Nishant. Giving away wickets for good deliveries is something they must avoid, like this one. Well directed back at Shahrukh and good defense there, forward defense stroke.
Pretty good so far this over. This spell, in fact, has been pretty good.
Yes, and they do have the left-right combination. This one is sliced and placed beautifully. Another boundary this time for Shahrukh.
Yeah, Shahrukh has looked pretty sorted so far in this innings. He's happy to open the face of the bat and use his area as well. 4 overs bowled, 42 for 1.
Saqib to continue, 4 overs gone, 42 for 1. Taking off the pace. Saqib here is definitely going to test the batsman. He's going to give his stock outswinging deliveries that you can see quite frequently. This one was rather the off cutter. He can also bowl some of those straight ones, so it's not that easy to read him. But still, he has managed to give away 29 runs of the 2 overs that he's bowled.
Yes, that's because Ronak clearly hit 6-4-6 in that over when he got out. 20 runs came of that over. 23, in fact. Oh, that's a wide ball. Now, Punya and Amar Badami are 2 people who I think they will depend on batting long. And then they would look at Ahan Fernandez to give them a little bit of impetus so that they can look at 170, 180.
Yeah, I think for these playing conditions, 170 will be really good. TVSL, of course, does have a very strong batting lineup. But 170 on a semi-final, this one's hit the bottom edge. Will not find the boundary. They will get 2 anyways. So yeah, coming to those conditions, it's not just the conditions, it's also the pressure of playing a semi-final, getting a 170 plus score, and then 2 good overs of bowling keeps the required run rate higher, and that pressure situation can make you make mistakes. while at the same time, if they don't score at least 150, that makes it quite easy for Vision Shipping to chase down because the pressure gets off them.
That's a good looking shot. There is a fielder stationed. Will pick up only a single. Yes, yesterday we saw how Pacific made short work of a target of 148. They want to go beyond that, well beyond that. And even yesterday I felt that Future Matters, they lost a few wickets in a hurry in that middle phase. The 50 for 1 at 4 overs. And after that they lost their way completely. At that point in time we were looking at 220.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. We've seen that many times in this tournament as well, Nishant. Some matches which Kalata Chocolates, for example, played, or whoever it is, almost many of those matches where the power play was utilized, but not after that. And that, unfortunately, is the most, I would say, concerning part for any team management, any team coach. You have to get your middle overs going with momentum, even if you have a good start, else you're just going to lose your way. This one's hit straight, will find the boundary.
Very nicely struck there, and that brings up the 50. Very important for them to pick their spots here. Shah Rukh has been doing that well. He's looked at areas where he can hit without taking too much risk. He's trying to maximize his ROI.
Absolutely well struck. This one as well, hitting straight but did not get it. Oh, a direct hit, and questions might be asked.
Well, this is one thing you have to be very careful about when batting with Punya. Punya is somebody who commits very quickly and he commits hard. If you have called him for a single, he'll go for it. He'll trust you. And anyway, this was always Shah Rukh's call. So you just have to be very careful with the running between the wickets. He's also quicker than others, Punya.
Yes, and they don't need to rush into things. They have a good, this one's lofted towards extra cover region. There is no cover there. 4 more runs for Shah Rukh.
Good looking shot there to finish the over. Room outside the off stump, no fielder in the deep. He knew what he had to do. 5 overs bowled, 55 for 1.
Bowling change. Jawad Ghani comes into the attack for TVSL. He's a medium pace bowler. And well fielded there. Again, the call has not been very accurate. Little bit of confusion between Shah Rukh and Punya on calling the singles. This is the second instance that we've seen. And again, had the throw been redirected to the bowler's end, I think Punya might have found himself in some trouble there.
Yes, direct hits is something that we've hardly seen. We see very few of them in this tournament. Oh, that's a wide. And they will get an extra run as well. And Jawad just missing the line of the delivery there.
I gotta tell you, Omar has saved at least 10 runs for his team so far. His keeping has been absolutely brilliant. Getting to stop those leg side deliveries are never easy because you've got the blockage of the batsman, and he's done exceptionally well there. Saved at least 3 runs for his team. Beautifully fielded there.
So Punya batting on 5 of 6. Shahrukh on 27 of 14 is really looked pretty good. Punya shuffles across, clubs it across. That is going to be another single.
Yes, this is brilliant bowling by Ghani as well. He's bowling to the field, which is why Punya had to adjust himself and try to hit it on the leg side. Had to find the fielder anyways. This will bring Shahrukh on strike. Will be very interesting because they don't have cover on the leg side. Oh, that was good.
Yes, Ghani is very accurate with his line and length. No two ways about it. He is someone who will not give you any room whatsoever.
That's quite interesting as well. He is an in-swinging bowler for Shahrukh. But they still have a fielder at point at the boundary. Another quick single. So they still did have a fielder, a sweeper fielder rather, which is quite interesting. Not sure what his idea would have been, but Ghani, barring the wide, has bowled beautifully this over, I must say.
Yes, he's accurate as always. Good to see that. That will be another wide, just as we speak of his accuracy here.
Happens to me all the time, Nishant. For a change, it's you, and I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, he's got great movement off the seam. There is no doubt about it. The cover on the offside is so interesting. They've got gully, they've got short third man, they've got one at point. So he is trying to make Punya play to that area, possibly get that uppish cut, possibly create opportunities for a catch. But they survive. DCC power play gone, 6 overs done, 62 for 1.
Ronak Panoli got going in that particular over. 6, then a boundary, then a 6 down the ground of consecutive deliveries. Next ball, walked down and looked to hit over extra. Hit it straight to the fielder. That's the only moment where TVSL smiled, because Shahrukh at this end has looked pretty good. He has not been afraid to hit in the air, but he has managed to pick his spots well.
So Saqib will continue and finish his spell. He has been expensive today, 42 runs off the 3 overs. Now with the fielding restrictions taken out, it will be interesting to see. And ideally he would want to finish off with one more wicket. This one is lofted, but safe. Just a single.
Yes, lofting is okay, but where does that lofted shot go is what matters a lot. Saqib Mahmood bowling his final over.
Yeah, they've got 3 fielders on the leg side at the boundary. Long on, deep mid wickets and deep square leg. So we can expect Shah Rukh to just play it around. But converting singles to doubles will not be that easy. That is the shorter side of the boundary. And with the start that they have, I think in the next 4 overs, if they manage to get another 30, 35 runs, get that score to 100 runs in 11 overs, I would say they are on target.
Nicely cut away there. Lovely shot. And this is the speciality of Punya. He will be able to get boundaries.
Yes, indeed. Dissecting that gap between short third man and points. Big gap there. And smart cricketing. This is exactly what DCC needs right now. No risk involved. A rather ordinary delivery from Saqib, who hasn't quite found a stride today. But you still have to dispatch those, and beautifully done by Punya.
Soft hands this time. And pushing for the second. Excellent cricket. Exceptional cricket by Punya there.
Yes, everything was right about this. The ball was good, took off the pace. The batsman running hard, and the fielder, who had to cover some ground, was almost quite accurate with his throw. This is what we've come to watch. Exciting cricket, competitive cricket, and both these teams, the top of their game, with DCC having a slightly better momentum.
Yes, Punya is really looking forward to batting long. I just get a feeling that he needs to bat long, no two ways about it.
Yes, and it's a half century for Saqib. He's given away 50 runs, a very rare sight here, Nishant. I haven't seen this, especially after the last match that he played. Today he has been quite expensive.
That's another good-looking shot. This is another boundary. Brilliantly struck again.
It's absolute class. What a shot. Textbook cricketing shot. Finding that gap. Punya now very comfortable in the middle. 7 overs have been bowled. The score is 74 for 1. So 7 overs gone. Fayaz Ahmed, another bowling change. Left arm orthodox will continue proceedings for TVSL. Starts off with a brave flighted delivery. Fayaz did go for runs, and a lot of runs in the last match that he played. Was a bit unlucky, but found his stride. This one up in the air. Taken. Shah Rukh falls prey, and wicket number 2 falls for DCC. Tempting Shah Rukh to play that ball, that shot rather. And he had the field set up exactly. And fell prey into it. Shahrukh, after a good cameo of 29 of just 18 deliveries, departs. The score for DCC now stands at 74 for 2. So wicket number 2 falls for DCC. The talented Ahan Fernandez is into the middle and a little earlier than what he would have expected, I suppose. But DCC still has had a good start. Their run rate is still above 10 runs per over, 74 for 2. And Fayaz Ahmed getting the much needed breakthrough for TVSL. It will be interesting to see how Punya and Ahan take it from here. Fayaz to continue, another left-hander. Flighted delivery, played a little early, but will take just the single. Fayaz Ahmed for TVSL could be the bowler who can put on the brakes on the scoring. They really need to put DCC in some sort of pressure here. They have to restrict them to under 120 runs or so within the 15 overs. And let's now head on to Asim, interviewing right at the ground. Asim.
All right, so I have Ronak Panoli out here with me. Ronak, first of all, tell me the secret about the form that you're in. I don't want to jinx it, but yes, I would like to understand what has been that secret to you getting back in form, desperate runs required, and then you coming out and delivering for the team when needed.
One thing which I felt like I needed to do was have clarity with shot selection and obviously back myself to go out there and, believe that I can get those runs. So it was just a small change mentally, not much technically, and I think it's working. So I'm pretty happy with that.
I was a bit surprised whether it came in because of that captaincy pressure that you have to score runs and it started clicking. Is it because of the captaincy? Is it helping you in some way?
Yeah, look, captaincy always helps out in a positive, I feel. It makes you take some extra responsibility on yourself and that, you'd want to do it and, not leave it to anyone else. But at the end of the day, you need to realize that you've got 11 players around you and you need to play with that. But I'm happy that with the captaincy, the form has come through and, the team has done really well in this tournament. So I'm glad to be performing and I'm glad the team is performing as well.
Now, a lot of dependency comes through when you are in form, and that not only happens, with you, probably with someone else as well. Punya at one stage was in like prime form. Team was heavily dependent on him. But what is that plan B, and how easy it is for you to transform that to the rest of the players, being a captain?
Look, when you're in form, you have to take the onus on yourself that, you have to score the bulk of the runs and then the others play around you. There will be days where you don't perform and that's when the others have to step out. I feel like I got out a bit early today. So, it's a responsibility of the other boys to go out there and get us to a respectable total. And, I think they're doing a good job. We've got quite a few senior players, some players who played for the under-19 side, some players who are in the men's setup as well. So, they're going to go out there and, express themselves irrespective of if one person's scoring the bulk of the runs. But, it's the responsibility everyone has to take.
Well, absolutely. I can't agree more to that. But there are certain situations, wherein the team is in a fix. How easy it has been for you to transform your message, convey your message, and the boys have translated that. How easy it has been?
Look, it has been easy because these boys play regular cricket. We've played quite a lot of cricket together. Played the Bukhatir League, play a lot of cricket for in the Cricket Council tournaments, and we've played from the youth setup and we've come up here to the men's setup as well. So it's been a gradual yet pretty good transition, and so they understand. Everyone complements each other, knows what each other's strengths are, what each other's weaknesses are, and then we build around that, and we move around with that.
Well, talking about one particular person who has stood out, the ranks, Saad Abdullah. Talk me more about that. How well he has fit in the shoes of Aditya Shetty not being in the side.
Look, I think Saad outshow, he actually did outshine Aditya Shetty in the last game, even when Shetty was playing. It's about these youngsters coming out there and expressing themselves. The Dubai Cricket Council has given them the opportunity that they can come out and show the best that they can. And Saad has been one of those talented youngsters who've been performing well in the B division and the other tournaments, the youth tournaments, in which the Dubai Cricket Council conducts. But coming here and taking 6 wickets against a top side like Kolada was exceptional, and he's one for the future.
Well, one more thing, picking the 11 is the most difficult thing for a captain, especially when you have like-to-like replacements coming through in the side. 3 leg spinners in the squad, how difficult it is for you to pick 1 or 2 out of it.
It is a pretty difficult thing, but it's obviously Aditya Shetty is a senior leg spinner, so he would play. He's unavailable now, so it's about switching and giving the person who's landing the ball better. And it's not about saying that one's better than the other. It's just about what fits into the balance, because I think Faizur and Saad bowl in different ways, but both of them are playing today, and hopefully they both come to the party and they do well for us today.
Well, how important has the role been of the management, the Farooq brothers? How important their role has been, in making sure that the team is performing that consistently throughout?
Look, this hasn't started just before this tournament or the Bukhatir League. It's been in the works for 5 years or so now, and some of us have been playing for the Dubai Cricket Council, the under-16s, the under-19s since around 2017. So they've given us exposure to go out there, and not only in youth cricket, to they've backed us in men's cricket, and some of us have gone on and played for the national side. Some boys are already knocking on the door. So it's about just creating that environment where you back the players and give them the freedom to go out there and express themselves, and not have too much pressure on themselves, because when we come to this kind of a stage, people might get intimidated because it's men's cricket, but some of the boys have done exceptionally well, and kudos to them.
Well, it was fantastic, chatting with you, Ronak. But one thing that I would like to highlight here is I still have the WhatsApp chat with you back then when you were out of form, struggling, not able to score runs. Now this form of yours actually is making me feel happy about you getting back in the ranks.
Thank you so much, Asim bhai. It really means a lot.
That's it, guys. Back to the commentary box.
Thank you. Thank you, Asim. Yes, a good chat there with the superstar, I would say, of DCC, one of the superstars of DCC, Ronak Panoli, definitely the anchor. Missed out a bit early today, but Shahrukh has carried on well, and Punya and Ahan slowly finding their groove. It's 9 overs bowled, and the score is 87 for 2. So Ghani will continue proceedings. Cut this by Punya, trying to find that gap again between the gully short third man and the point fielders. There are 3 of them there, and quite tight. And it's a very predictable strategy, this by Ghani. He has done that in his previous over as well, trying to cramp the batsman for runs. Is going to continue to try bowling there, restricting the run flow, at the same time hoping for Punya to play some sort of an uppercut position, try to get that fielder in for a catch, but so far Punya has just given 2 dot balls. This is wide. This is very wide. Will find the boundary. No ball has been signaled by the umpire. Pitched outside the pitch on this occasion, the reason for the no ball, and this will be a free hit. So, opportunity this for Punya to free his arms. What is he going to do? Missed out on lofting the ball. Single towards long on. Ghani definitely the smarter pick of the bowlers in the middle overs for TVSL. He can really put the brakes on the scoring if he gets his length and line right, which barring the wide, or rather the no ball that went through, he has done quite well, I would say. DCC still going strong, 93 for 2. Current run rate still just below 10 runs per over. And this is what they need to do in the crucial time of the middle overs. Just knock the ball around. This one placed well, finds the boundary. Ahan this time gets to free his arms and bringing momentum to the DCC batting innings. Beautifully placed this. It was an in-swinging delivery. There was cover there. They had a short cover position and a mid-off, but managed to get the gap. 4 runs. This one is pitched short and dot ball. Pulled, but will find the fielder, just the single. Yes, Ahan beginning to cut loose a little bit. Big shot, but just a single taken. 10 overs completed, the score's 98 for 2. Fayaz Ahmed, who took the crucial wicket of Shahrukh. Now he comes back into the attack. Just the 3 runs given of the over that he bowled. And DCC has completed halfway. They are through halfway of their batting innings. Ahan will be on strike. Juicy flighted delivery there, just flicking it on the onside for a single. And in the comm box, we now have Asim. Welcome, Asim.
Thank you, Azhar. And good evening to all the viewers out there. Looks like a high-intensity game here between DCC Starlets and TVSL. Pretty obvious choice here coming through, that TVSL winning the toss, selecting to bowl first, knowing that they're playing on a relatively flatter track. Balls coming onto the bat relatively easier than the wicket that they played on.
Yes, and a good start this. Even after losing Ronak Panoli quite early in the innings, DCC batsman Shahrukh Punia as well have found their stride. This one is chipped up in the air. Opportunity for long off. Simple catch taken. Punia departs.
And Sajjad will not drop those. He has buckets instead of palm there. How big is his palm? Look at that. Ball's completely disappeared.
Absolutely well said. And if he gets to watch the highlights, he's definitely going to commend you on that.
He's going to blast me on WhatsApp.
But disaster in a way for DCC Punya, who was looking rather set and dangerous, departs, and it has been Fayaz Ahmed once again with his flighted delivery, tempting the batsman to go for big shots. And that's wicket number 3 that falls for DCC. 10.3 gone. The score is now 99 for 3. Amar is the new batsman for DCC. Definitely got the talent. He is in after Punya found himself falling prey into Fayaz Ahmed's flighted delivery. Easy catch there for Sajjad. He will face his first ball now.
Nicely played there by Amar. Big wicket.
Yes, and how good has been the fielding of TVSL. Absolutely on point. Especially the keeper saved at least 10 runs for his team. Diving efforts for those big wides that were bowled. And DCC has done rather well, there's no doubt, and we were just speaking about it. If they managed to get 100 runs in 11 overs, but they would have ideally wanted that without losing the 2 additional wickets. These two now need to find their momentum. Drifted on the long onside for a single. Brings the over to an end. 11 overs gone. Scores now 101 for 3. And we are back. I'm not sure why that cat is a bit bored. This is quite the exciting match. He looks tired. 101 for 3. DCC definitely not too bad on the run rate. They're scoring at a run rate of 9 runs per over. This time it will be Nadeem to continue proceedings. This is lofted. Does it have the meat to carry itself? Just missing the fielder there. 6 runs.
Well, Rohit is a good fielder, getting a hand onto it, but not enough to keep it down. Nadeem is going expensive here tonight. Well, he had enough space there. Had he come in from the boundary ropes, would have been a chance.
Yes, indeed. I thought that was a rather ordinary effort, but 6 valuable runs. And we were just talking about their fielding, Asim, a while ago. This was not the example that I was referring to. They have done exceptionally well so far. This one was an opportunity which I felt should have been taken. These are the game-changing moments that can happen.
Absolutely. And when Nadeem is bowling, perhaps when he's coming in over the wicket, he's more of a medium pacer than he's a left-arm spinner because he doesn't turn the ball. If he's coming around the wicket to the left-hander, might as well ball pitch and have that sort of a drift that is going away from the left-hander. So an ideal strategy for him should be to come around the wicket and angle the ball away.
Oh, that's bold. You were just talking about this, Asim. So on point. The Oracle has once again predicted on the money.
Well, he just needs to understand what his strengths are and try to apply himself. It is as simple as that. Just not try to experiment. And that's the end of Amar Badami. Out back in the pavilion, 108 for 4.
Surya comes into the middle for DCC, who seems to be in a little bit of trouble here, losing quick wickets, and gets off the mark, glancing on the onside for a couple of runs. "12 overs completed. The score is now 1-1-0 for 4. Fayaz Ahmed, 2 overs, 2 for 6. Outstanding bowling figures this. He will continue for TVSL. DCC, who started off well, the 2 quick wickets, they are finding themselves losing momentum a little bit. They might want to hold on to another 3 to 4 overs more, try to get another 30 runs on board and keep the partnership without losing another wicket, because if they do that now, the predictions that we had earlier of a possible 180 will be far away from them. And at the same time, they wouldn't want to lose momentum here, DCC. They have to get those 1s and 2s going on, stabilize their innings in some way so as to get that score. Against a team like TVSL, you would want to get a minimum of 160, 165, I would think.
Well, you're underestimating TVSL by at least 35%. Talking about the sale period, so let's talk in numbers.
All right. 220 is what they scored last time.
Absolutely, and they demolished the IGM batting in such a fashion that they're out of the tournament with that one big defeat.
It was, I mean, I still can't believe it, Asim. Like literally 67. All they needed to get was about 130 runs to qualify. I would say this is one of the biggest disasters in CBFS league, both seasons combined, where you had such a great opportunity to qualify, being at the top of the table and then missing it out completely.
Absolutely, Azhar. Can't agree more to that. And here, they would just want to try as much as possible not to make it feel as if it was just a one-off incident. They are trying to pull things back. A very strong start from DCC. Fayaz Ahmed. He's just like that wine effect. The older he gets, the more effective he has become.
And he's tempting the batsman. His flighted deliveries are getting slower and slower with each passing ball that he delivers. And in a T20 semi-final, going at an economy of 3 runs per over, he has bowled 3 overs, just 9 runs given, 2 crucial wickets taken. I would say that he has definitely been the spearhead bowler for TVSL. 13 overs have been completed. The score stands at 113 for 4.
And Nadeem continues after picking up the wicket of Amar Badami. And joining me in the com box, dear friend of mine, Nishant Majetia. Welcome, Nishant.
Yes, thank you very much, Asim.
Love the way they have, had this field placed here. Just one man behind square on the offside, and someone who's darting the ball into the right-hander. They have a short mid-wicket as a catching. Very attacking mindset here from Jawad Ghani.
Absolutely. Well, he comes across as a very pleasing personality, but he's very aggressive on the field. Doesn't show the aggression externally. It's all in the mind.
Aggressive strategies, I'd say. Aggressive actionables. Not expressive, but that one's down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. And Saqib will cover it up. Will just get a couple of runs there. And plus that wide. Way down the leg side. A tough collect for Umar. And these balls down the leg, they stick. And they only stick if you make sure that you get up right on time.
Yes, he's had a very good day behind the stumps today. One-off incident where he couldn't collect it. Another single there for Surya Satish. And batting on 20 of 15 deliveries.
Nicely clipped. Looking for 2. Should get it easily. And will get it comfortably there.
Good running between the wickets. We've got 6 more overs to go after this.
Will they be able to manage around 65, 70 runs, Nishan? Not enough batting left, in my opinion.
Well, they will be very happy if they can get 65, 70 runs, to be very honest. I think they should look at something around 55, 60 at least. That's gone through the hands of Nadeem there, single taken.
That's sloppy. That's sloppy. You should hold on to those, especially when you have not got a good outing there. 3 for 29 and picked up 1 wicket. 1, 2, 3 for 4. Stepping down the track, chance for the fielder, and he takes it. Misjudged it on the first occasion. But look at that, getting the inner part of the bat and settling underneath the ball pretty nicely.
Yes, very well done by Ikram there. Good catch in the end. At the end of the day, what matters is how you take it, whether you take it or not. And he did. Fayaz, what an outing he's having with the ball. This is brilliant stuff. Ahan departs for 23 of 18. And now 5 wickets down, DCC.
Here comes Fayaz again. And nicely clipped for a single towards mid-wicket.
A lot will depend on Surya, Sailesh and Vaibhav now. Defended on the offside. No chance of any run there. That is a dot ball. This is an excellent comeback here.
Look at how beautifully Fayaz is tossing it up in the air. 3 for 10. He's into his last over.
And he comes down the track, drives it straight to the fielder. Another dot ball.
Intelligent stuff from Surya Satish. He stepped down the track but did not get carried away. We've seen so many batters just going through the shot, trying to finish it. Swept nicely, but there is Ali Abid in the mid-wicket. Keeps it down to a single.
Final delivery of the 15th over here. Vaibhav on strike. Nicely tossed up and beats him, all ends up. That is the end of the over. 15 ball, 125 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Fantastic spell from Fayaz comes to an end. 4 overs, 3 runs and just conceding 11 runs. Look at that. Ball pitching, moving away. Vaibhav had no clue about that.
Fayaz Ahmed causing all the trouble there. And Rohit is back in the attack. 2 overs, none for 13 for him. Time for him to get a good finish. Starts off with a full delivery on the pads. Appeal for a leg before. Can't be given out. Because, of course, that is going down the leg side. Leg by signaled by the umpire. Probably pitched outside leg stump as well. So Vaibhav and Surya, how many can they get in the remaining 5 overs? That's the big question. And that's a poor delivery, too far down the leg side, and Umair there not managing to collect it clean either. So they'll pick up 2. That is 1 of the wide and 1 the run. Brings Surya back on strike. Rohit into his 3rd over. Short ball. Surya has pulled it away. Land safe, just a single. Rohit is quick. And that is the thing about him. Nicely bowled, and Webber defends it. Another dot ball.
Rohit has been really impressive, Nishant. Overall, he has been that ace for Jawad Ghani to go to when he needs wickets. He hasn't been among the wickets, but the way he applies pressure with his fierce pace, the bowler bowling in tandem with him, he gets successful in picking up wickets. That has been the key here. Another dot ball. Good delivery, right outside the off stump, but just beating him with pace.
Yes, that's the thing, that he has the extra pace, and of course that left arm angle. Looks to drive off the outside edge. Protection in the deep, just a single again. Another excellent over this. They're going on well at 10 and over at one stage. That run rate has dropped to 8.21. Somehow not managed to keep up with the run rate. Nicely flicked away, but straight to the fielder. Dot ball. End of the over, 16 bowled, 130 for 5.
Excellent over. Very good over comes to an end here. Look at that. 3 wickets of Fayaz Ahmed, pick of the bowlers there. Saqib Mahmood, out of this 130, has conceded 54 runs. Half century for him with the ball. And then Nadeem has been a tad expensive as well. So was Jawad Ghani. But the way Rohit and Fayaz Ahmed has bowled, really, really impressive. And I think you've got to be giving credit to those 14 dot balls bowled by Fayaz Ahmed.
Jawad Ghani back in the attack. Good time for him to bowl. Will not give pace to the batsman. Off the outside edge. Chase for the fielder in the deep. And they're coming back for the second. He's running to the danger end himself. Good running between the wickets there. 2 more.
As they say, doesn't matter how they come, they need to keep coming. Above 4 of 6 for him. Surya batting on 7 of 13. Played it back, and that has been taken. What a catch from Jawad. Good reflexes, and those stick. They just stick in your hands. You just need to put them in the right place.
Yes, that was brilliantly done. One-handed, just extending his hand there. That's Jawad Ghani for you.
Very good catch, very good catch. Now Nasir Faraz goes up to that young man saying, tough luck mate. Played for the same team in the Bukhatar League, mind you. Webber was playing for TVSL. And now part of the DCC Starlets. Couldn't be the star for them, but now making his way back, 132 for 6, DCC.
Sailesh Jaishankar is the new man in, played on the onside, wants a single, sent back, turning out to be another fantastic over this from Gunny. Nicely driven, but straight to the fielder. Dot balls continue to come. And DCC have just gotten stuck here.
Well, looks like a Sharjah traffic situation here for DCC. When you travel from Dubai to Sharjah this hour, you get stuck, and exactly that's the same rate they're stuck here. Almost carried to Sajjad. Almost. Excellent bowling here by Jawad Ghani. Trying to cover up the previous overs here. Ball to go in the 17th now.
Just 2 runs and a wicket for him. No timing on that one. Will just get a single. 3 runs of the over. 133 for 6.
Down the leg side, and the love affair between Wides and Rohit continues.
And it's very interesting. He's bowling the 18th over, which means that the 19th or the 20th over will have to be bowled by either Nadeem or somebody else.
Jawad has one. So
That's about it.
And it has to be Nadeem. I mean, I don't see any other option now coming through for TVSL unless they want to experiment with Ikram, maybe. In fact, he's not playing in today's game. Maybe Sajjad Maluk.
Dot balls, singles, that's all for DCC at the moment. That projected score is nosedived. At a stage, the current rate projection was about 185. Now that has dropped to 157.
Beautiful Yorker there from Rohit. And Sailesh does not want to play him. On a lighter note there, was not a single there at all. Surya, he's trying to resist. He wants to finish on a high maybe. Trying to attack the last 2 overs, possibly.
That's a drill down the ground. Good stop. Excellent stop by Fayaz. He can do no wrong tonight.
Fayaz from Alain, dives from Sharjah to Alain. Excellent stuff there. .136 now. How much will they be able to add on from here, Nishant? The way they're going, the flow is completely not in their favor. Well, that kept low. That kept low. A pretty rare phenomena there on this track. Ball pitching and just not bouncing enough.
What a fantastic spell this has turned out to be from Rohit. Back to the bowler. Another dot ball. Last ball of Rohit's spell tonight.
Been brilliant. Spot on. And that has brought that fear element in the bowling lineup of TVSL. They did not have fear space at all. Driven hard, shy the stumps, and they'll get a single. 137 for 6 after 18. Look at that, just stepping down, trying to stop that Rohit. He's very athletic.
And a good throw as well. End of the over. 18 bowled, 137 for 6. Nadeem to bowl the penultimate over here. Sailesh unable to get it away. Can they reach 150 is the question. The way they are batting looks very difficult.
Now look at that selflessness coming in from Jawad Ghani. Very planned approach. Penultimate over to the longer boundary, gives it to the spinner. Heave down towards mid-wicket. Coming back to the same discussion there, he could have easily bowled that because he settled himself pretty nicely. But then looking at it in the interest of the team and taking a wise call that he should finish it off from the shorter boundary.
Yes, very smart, very tactical. Another dot ball here. The number of dot balls given away by DCC tonight. And that has caused the downfall. And again, swing and a miss. And Nadeem has gone for 29 in 3 overs. 4 balls, he has conceded just 1. And that's 3 on 3. This time he's gone. All 3 deliveries, there was a stumping appeal. And finally the finger goes up as Sailesh departs. 3 of 12 is what he got. That is the end of Sailesh then. Fazur Rahman shuffling across, looking to sweep. Wide signaled by the umpire. Last ball. And no timing again. Just the 2 runs conceded of the 19th over. It's 140 for 7.
Beautifully bowled. Excellent bowling there, Jawad. I wouldn't mind if he takes his third man behind. He's trying to squeeze that. Probably take your square leg in, push your third man behind. That can work.
And cleaned up. Now, yesterday, it was Future Mattress who got to 147. Let's see whether they can beat Future Mattress's score or not.
Will that bring them to the third place if they be on the losing side?
Surya, Satish, the two men, Surya and Sailesh, who should have actually given them some impetus, batted with strike rates of 50 and 25 respectively. 140 for 8. Cut away, straight to the fielder. They will pick up a single.
Straight to the fielder at backward point, Nadeem. When things don't fall in place, you don't seem to find gaps. Wherever you hit, you have the fielder there. Faisur. And he departs. He has to come back and do the magic with the ball. Not with the bat anymore. And Jawad strikes.
Yes, looking to go for the big shot there. Missing it completely. 141 for the loss of 9 wickets. Faisur departs for a silver duck.
Played it upish. And will get a single.
Last ball of the innings then. 142. They need to hit a 6 to go past Future Mattress. Yug on strike. Flicked away. Nicely done. They come back for 2. And that is what they will finish with. 144 for the loss of 9 wickets. 50 in the first 5. 94 in the next 15. And that's the story that is very similar to what happened to Future Mattress last night.
Well, absolutely, they were spot on with their bowling changes here after the power play. You just don't write this team off. They have been a different version, TVSL version 2.0, and they have been phenomenal with the changes that they brought in their squad. That's the batting card there, top 4 getting into the double digit, and then from there on it was just a telephone number with the US area code. 20 for Ronak, Shahrukh scoring 29, 30 for Punya, Ahan scored 23, and from there on it was a disheartening performance there from Amar, Surya and Vaibhav. Just could not add much to the tally there, and as a result just finishing off with 21 extras as well, and getting to that 144 mark. So one step closer with 1 foot into the finals, I would say. TVSL, I think they've done a fantastic job to pull things back.
Yes, the fantastic job was done by these people. Saqib Mahmood, beg your pardon, going for plenty of runs, but everybody else was absolutely spot on. Even Nadeem came back and did a brilliant job. Look at those number of dot balls there. 55 dot balls.
14 from Rohit out of 24, 14 from Fayaz Ahmed out of 24, and Jawad bowling a 50% dot ball rate. Excellent stuff coming through from all the bowlers. That's how you back yourself, back the other bowler in partnerships, and everyone did their role phenomenally well. Saqib Mahmood going for 54, and then the rest of them, how beautifully they covered things up. This is how things started off. Saqib went for runs, couple of steps down there for Ronak, and he was going berserk in the second over of Saqib. Went for runs, but then handing one straight to Sajjad Malok, who does not drop those.
Yes, Shah Rukh Khan, Shah Rukh Amin, beg your pardon, kept doing the good work. And yes, he was very good with getting the gaps right. He was joined in by Punya Mehra, but Shah Rukh got out at the wrong time. And I think that was the story with the top four. All four batsmen threw their wickets away at crucial times. That was Punya Mehra getting out. And then Ahan Fernandez, that was the wicket of Amar Badami. This was Ayan Fernandez there. Brilliantly caught in the deep. And that was a lovely cotton bowled to get Webber, stumping of Sailesh. Brilliant delivery to get rid of Surya. And then Faizur throwing it away as well. 144 for the loss of 9 wickets. Vision Shipping need 145 in 20 overs at 7.25. Going by yesterday's batting performance of the Pacific, this should be easy peasy. We'll find out after a short break how does the run chase go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live coverage from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. This is the semi-finals of the CBFS T20 League between Vision Shipping and DCC Starlets. Vision Shipping, TVSL, winning the toss, electing to field first. DCC, who started off very strong, scoring just 144 runs in the 20 overs allotted to them. 145 is the target, and we'll have to wait and watch how TVSL respond. A required run rate just above 7.2 runs per over. This seems like a possible easy chase for TVSL if they keep their head down, just play the ball around, and pressure much lesser for them in comparison to how it was when DCC came to bat in. Saqib Mahmood, the opening bowler and the opening batsman for TVSL. He will start the innings, the anchor of TVSL. Didn't do that well with the ball today, but having this target in mind, we can only assume that this will be a rather easier situation for him. Sailesh Jaishankar will open proceedings for DCC, and in the comm box with me is Nishant. So, ball number one slip in place. Oh, and a chance. Could have been a cotton bolt, the very first delivery. Sailesh missing it out.
Yes, Jawad Ghani took one, extending his right hand. And Sailesh, this one going to his left. Not quite managing to hold on to that one.
So about 40 runs short DCC is, Nishant, according to me. What do you think?
Yes, comfortably 40 runs short. And it's a no ball. Big no ball there.
Adding insult to injury. DCC needs a very strong start to have any chance of winning this match, especially with the strong batting lineup that TVS has. Giving a no ball at the very first over. This is going to give an opportunity to Saqib to free his arms, which he's been trying from ball number one.
Yes, free hit will be an opportunity for sure. Full toss, he has hit it straight to the fielder there. They will pick up a quick single.
Yes, DCC seems to be rather disarray with the approach so far. They need to get their head in the game. Salman Khan will be supporting Saqib in this opening stance. Definitely one of the best batting sides TVSL has, and this opening pair, they can create magic.
Yes, they can go boom boom, no two ways about it. That's what they will want to do. Get that early impetus to ensure that you kill the run chase in the power play itself. Don't let the spinners come into play. Nicely punched off the back foot straight to the fielder. That is a dot ball.
Yeah, they might go for a rather cautious approach. You never know. My best guess is Nishant. They're going to go a bit quiet in the first 2 overs and then unleash. Saqib, no. But Salman, maybe.
I strongly feel that this is the kind of run chase where you should go big at the top. Because if you are cautious, then these run chases can be very tricky.
Yes, indeed. This one will find the gap. Beautifully driven. Might not find the meat to reach the boundary, but 2 runs will be taken by Salman.
Yes, just the 2 runs there, despite giving the chase. Namar Badami is very good on the field. And of course the longer part of the boundary. Definitely didn't have enough legs.
Very packed offside field, which is not a surprise considering he has been bowling that line. Also gets the ball to move on the off stump. And a blind hit attempted by Salman, but in vain.
Yes, it was on the shorter side there, going for the pull of the toe end of the bat. So that's a dot ball. Sailesh will be happy with the start. It's a good start for him. Excellent over.
So far.
So far, yes.
One ball to go. Salman, if he gets into the mood, he's going to play shots like these, but this was powerfully struck and well fielded as well. Over number 1 completes. The score is now 4 for no loss. Surya will continue proceedings for DCC and he'll be bowling from the Bukhatir end.
No, in fact, they've changed their mind. It's going to be Yug Sharma with the new ball. On the pad, stickled away. And that is running away towards the fine leg area. The fielder cuts it off.
Yes,
Two more runs added to the tally then.
it's not the best of timing, but did manage to find that gap between short fine leg and deep square leg. In fact, he had to cover a lot of ground to get the ball. Saqib gets 2 runs to his name.
Brilliant delivery from Yug. Right up in the block hole there. And Saqib Mahmood looking to flick it away, loses his leg stump.
Yes, indeed, a beautiful in-swinging delivery there. Saqib not reading it at all, was in no position to play that shot. Pretty ordinary footwork as well. And first blow comes for TVS. Important wicket this. DCC strikes early. Saqib goes 3 runs of the 5 deliveries that he faced. The score is now 6 for 1 after 1.2 overs. Nadeem comes into the middle for TVSL Group. DCC striking early and they need many of these coming their way.
Tucked away, wanted a single, sent back. Rightly so.
A little bit of a shaky start this, Nishant, I feel that they are in some hurry to get the score. The required run rate is just at 7.5. All they need to do is settle in. Of course, they have to get their scoring moving on. They need to get that 35, 40 runs minimum, which these two can quite easily do if they get their groove going. But if they don't reach there at minimum 40, they will find themselves in pressure.
Now that is on the pad, tucked away, straight to short fine. Another dot ball here. Once again, superb over thus far.
Yes, and Yug needs to be a bit careful of his line here. You don't want to give Nadeem too many deliveries on his pads. He can really flick it out. He has the power. We've seen that on various occasions.
I wanted a single, sent back. Just about the right time. Better throw needed there.
Itching to get off strike, Nadeem. He wants to open his account. He wants to get that single. He wants to get those first runs on board, get his momentum going. This one was rather rightly sent back by Salman. Could have been a risky run if they attempted it.
Yes, better sense prevailed. Last ball of Yug's first over. Brilliant delivery. Shaping in. Dot ball to finish. 2 overs ball. It's 6 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Six for 1, 2 overs bowled. Game on here, Nishant. This might be a very close encounter. We have to just wait and watch. If DCC can manage to keep the pressure going, things can change in their favor.
Short ball, nicely pulled away. Gets it into the gap there, Salman. Not a good delivery at all from Sailesh Jaishankar.
Yes, just as we were talking about DCC getting strong in the game with a great start. This one, a rather ordinary delivery. Too much time for Salman to adjust himself, and beautifully put away on the onside for a boundary.
Good looking shot indeed. And this time through the offside. Lovely shot there from Salman. Beautiful looking drive. Won't get the boundary though. And they're coming back for 3.
Again, missing out his line. Too much width on offer. Even with that packed out offside field, Salman did manage to dissect it. Beautifully placed as well. Almost looked like it might hit the boundary, but did not on this occasion. 3 runs and a good start for TVS for this over.
Yes, 4 and 3 to start with.
He just needs to focus a little bit more. Bowl wicket to wicket. Something like this. This is a top edge. Will this be an opportunity? Not at all. Finds the boundary. Unlucky for Sailesh.
Yes, and Nadeem gets off the mark in a very lucky fashion there. Fractionally shot. Went for the pull. Top edge. Flying towards Thurman. Very safe area that.
Yes, this over has been expensive. 11 runs so far to an otherwise very tight start by DCC. Salman and Nadeem getting boundaries to their name. And he's bowled him. Unwanted shot, not really required at this stage. And Nadeem falls prey.
Yes, coming down the track there, drags it back onto the stumps, off the toe end, onto the leg stump. And Sailesh knows that that is a lucky break for him. Mohammad Nadeem departs for 4 of 6.
Ali Abid comes into the middle. Crucial time this for TVS. They've lost 2 quick wickets within the first 3 overs of the match. And one has to wonder if while chasing a target like 144, if this might be the best approach. Problems for TVSL if they don't get a partnership. This one missed by the keeper, will find the boundary wide, and 5 runs gifted.
Yes, just now you picked up a wicket, and this is what happens. That'll be disappointing indeed. Would have been a brilliant start for them at this over. Not been this bad.
Yes, Silas really needs to find his line here. He has been expensive. This one again could be called a wide. We have to wait for the umpire signal. Yes, it is. The in-swinger followed by the out-swinger, but both of them missing their line. Problems now continue for DCC with such a short target that they have to defend. If they don't get their groove on, they're going to get into some trouble, serious trouble.
Yes, they've picked up 2 wickets. They've really got things slightly in their control. And then this over, this expensive over, and it continues to leak runs. That will be another boundary. This is hurting DCC.
Yes, Nishant, ordinary at best, I would say. He has not been able to get his line right. This one drifting towards the pads and rather easy for Salman, who's very strong on that area. Rightly converts it into a boundary, and TVS was looking, or was struggling, I would say, at one stage, now finding their groove and their rhythm.
What an expensive over this has turned out to be. 22 of this over already, and 22 it will be. 3 overs bowled, 28 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Yug will continue for DCC, bowled beautifully in his first over, took that crucial wicket of Saqib. Now, can he create magic? Can he get another wicket for his team? Right on point on his line and even in his length, I would say.
Yug into his second over. Yug bowled a brilliant first over, got the breakthrough there, and conceded just 2. Can he follow up with another good over here, is the question. Nicely pushed, and they'll pick up a quick single. Good running between the wickets there.
Just played with a straight bat and correctly done. TVS has got a good start. Their required run rate is just at 7 runs per over. All they need to do now is to not lose wickets. Don't attempt any unwanted or heroic shots. They can push the ball around, find the gaps every now and then. They will be in a very strong position to win this game. This is the semi-finals. There is no second opportunity. If you lose, you're out. Yug will need to create magic. Has the ability to get that late in swinger. It's exactly the one that I was talking about. And he needs to keep the batsman guessing. Salman, very talented player, especially on the onside.
Thirteen of 9 for Salman there. Abid batting on 1 of 2.
Just 3 runs of the 9 balls. This is flicked, and flicked well. Racing towards the boundary on the onside. 4 runs.
Yes, nicely struck there. Full delivery, just hitting it over the top of the infield there, getting a boundary.
Yes, I'm getting the feeling, Nishant, that Yug might get a bit predictable. He's been bowling that in-swinging full delivery for quite some time now. He needs to keep his variations going on. Salman can easily read them. This one is hit on the offside. Again, dissecting the gap. 4 more runs for Salman.
Yes, a lovely shot there. A length delivery there outside the off stump. And it was easily driven.
These are problems, Nishant, and big problems for TVS, beg your pardon, for DCC. I think they need to bring a spinner here, I would think, to put on the brakes on the scoring.
Soft hands this time, straight to the fielder at point. That's a dot ball. 9 runs of that over, 4 bowled, 37 for the loss of 2 wickets.
As we were speaking, Nishant, Ronak comes into the attack.
Yes, let's see. What does Ronak have to do here? And he starts off with a brilliant arm ball.
That was beautifully bowled, nipped back in, and really quick. It skidded off the pitch, and I would say that surprised the batsman.
And a little bit of a relay effort there. But as long as they don't concede the run, it's okay.
The fielding hasn't been at their best so far for DCC. And that's one area that they really need to focus on and improve if they need to have any chance of even getting close to a win for this match. They are below par score. But dot balls like these will definitely further their cause. Ronak's four overs, how important it's going to be, Nishant?
Ronak, Faizur, Saad Abdullah, the key bowlers.
Good bowling. There's 5 deliveries, just the 1 run conceded so far. He'd want to finish well. TVS still a steady start, I would say. This is hit on the onside and stopped by Faizur. Just the single coming off the over. Vaibhav once again missing out on collecting the ball, but no harm caused. 5 overs gone. The score is 38 for 2.
Right, and looks like Asim is all set for another interview. Let's find out who is he catching up with.
Thank you, guys, and I have Saqib Mahmood alongside me, the captain, owner, backbone of team TVSL. Welcome, Saqib. Early exit today, but you weren't looking in your groove.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Yeah, today is a bad day for me. More or less, I can say this.
Well, days can turn out if teams, they come out and try to perform well, win the game. You looking in a very comfortable position now, 38 for 2, 5 overs, last over of the power play coming through. Escaping that scare. But yes, comfortable situation here for the team. What do you make out of this game?
This is a cricket, so we cannot say if they will play their own cricket, so we might win it. But if they will do something, what we can say in between, कहते हैं ना कि ज़्यादा easy भी नहीं लेना चाहिए. Don't take it too easy. So until you have to finish it, you cannot believe it. Either we will win it or not, because other teams, they are playing a semi-final, so they are youngsters more than energetic than us. So we need to play until we win it.
एक बात जानना चाहता हूँ, फ्रेंड जोन में आ जाते हैं. तो ओवरऑल टीम का परफॉर्मेंस मोरल काफ़ी चेंज लग रहा है. ये टीवीएसएल वर्जन 2.0 लग रही है, हो गई है इनफैक्ट. इसके पीछे राज क्या है? व्हाट हैज़ बीन दैट सीक्रेट बिहाइंड टीम कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्मिंग सो वेल? आई एम नॉट जिंक्सिंग इट, माशाल्लाह से बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, लेकिन इसके पीछे एक खास रीज़न क्या है अगर आप इसको बैक ट्रैक करेंगे तो?
Actually, there is no reason. मैं कोई ख़ास reason नहीं कहूँगा. But the thing is, we are treating a family. So यही एक चीज़ है, उसके अलावा और कुछ भी नहीं है. But अब देखें, हमारे लड़के भी सेम ही खेल रहे हैं. We are not changing players. Playing 11 भी almost same आ रही है. So they are getting comfortable on their position. और फिर आस्ता आस्ता सबकी position भी set होती जा रही है. Every players know that they are playing number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So position set होती जा रही है, तो they are more comfortable to play on their own position. So यही है, कोई ऐसा कोई ख़ास नहीं है कि हम बोलें कि हमने कोई extraordinary किया है या कुछ किया है. There is, I don't think so there. But thing is, the most important, I'm treating them as my second family.
एक चीज़ बताएं, टीम के सक्सेस के पीछे क्या सेम कॉम्बिनेशन खेलना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है या ज़्यादा मैचेस खेलना और टच में रहना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है?
नहीं, कम्बिनेशन मेरे हिसाब से ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि ज़्यादा मैचेस खेलेंगे तो मेरे ख्याल से परफॉर्मेंस आपकी एक के बाद डाउन होती जाती है, क्योंकि बॉडी एनर्जी भी आपको सपोर्ट नहीं करती. मेरी तरफ देख लें, कल मैं मैच खेल के आया, आज मेरा ख्याल हो गया, मतलब बॉलिंग ही मुझसे नहीं हुई आज. बैटिंग तो मैं आउट ऑफ टच ही चल रहा हूँ, मुझसे अभी 30 रन भी नहीं हो पाते. तो ये मतलब प्लेयर को रेस्ट ज़रूरी है, लाजम ज़रूरी है. मतलब ज़्यादा मैचेस ना ही हो तो अच्छा है, मतलब वीक में 3-4 इट्स मोर देन इनफ.
वेल, यहाँ पे जब से लाइव मैचेस शुरू हैं, शारजा ने जब इनिशिएटिव लिया है, हर जगह पे लाइव मैचेस हो रहे हैं, क्या ये एक एडिड कॉन्फिडेंस देता है आपको कि स्क्रीन लाइव टेलीविज़न पे आ रहे हैं तो अच्छा परफॉर्म करना है? क्या ये एक एडिड प्रेशर होता है?
ये एडिड प्रेशर भी है, लेकिन इसमें आपके लिए एक चांस भी. आप जब आउट होके आते हो, फील्डिंग भी देखते हो, आप हाइलाइट्स देखते हो, अपनी जाके मैच रिव्यू करते हो, तो आप अपनी जो है ना मिस्टेक्स, यू कैन जज दिस इज़ माय मिस्टेक. तो नेक्स्ट मैच में आप कवर अप करने के लिए कोशिश करते हो. कि मैंने जब शुरू लाइव मैचेस खेलना शुरू किए थे हमारी टीम ने, तो मैं अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को देख रहा था कि यार मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ, कि एवरीबडी इज़ थिंकिंग कि साकिब जो है ना आउट स्विंग ही करता है, इसको वहीं मारना चाहिए. तो फिर मैंने थोड़ा सा अपने पर काम किया, इन स्विंग लेके आया. एक आध करता हूँ एक ओवर में, लेकिन उससे मुझे फ़ायदा हुआ थोड़ा बहुत। मतलब आप अपने ऊपर चेकआउट पॉइंट रख सकते हो। अब लाइव ना हो, रिकॉर्डिंग ना हो, तो आप खाली बातें ही कर सकते हो, कोई बताएगा फिर उस तरह कर लिए। ठीक, मतलब यहाँ पे आप खुद अपने आप को एनालाइज कर सकते हो। बट दिस इज़ अ प्लस पॉइंट फॉर द प्लेयर्स। तो ऊपर से ये कि दे कैन शो द प्रोफाइल भी एडिड होती है प्लेयर्स की। सो आगे जो काफ़ी प्लेयर्स हमारे जो इंटरनेशनल भी खेल रहे हैं, तो उनके लिए ये काफ़ी वैल्यू एडिशन है।
चलें, और एक चीज़ मैं जानना चाहता हूँ जवाद गनी, काफ़ी अहम रोल रहा है टीम में इनका, ऑन फील्ड उनके स्ट्रैटेजीज, उनके चेंजेस, बट काफ़ी काम हेड रहते हैं, उसके पीछे क्या राज है?
रोल रहा नहीं है, रोल है उनका। इसको ज़रा क्रैक करें। देखें, वो फील्ड कैप्टन है हमारे, ठीक है। कोई भी डिसीजन लेते हैं मुझसे डिस्कस करके करते हैं। प्लेइंग 11 हम लोग मिल के बनाते हैं, लेकिन क्योंकि वो क्रिकेट की मुझसे ज़्यादा समझ रखते हैं, तो वही ऑन फील्ड कैप्टन है हमारे। और फिर जो डिसीजन होते हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे डिसीजन क्विक लेने पड़ते हैं इमीडिएटली, कि यहाँ पे स्पिन नहीं अच्छा कर रहा तो चलो एक आध फास्ट बॉलर ला के उसके साथ ही स्पिनर लगा दें। वो उनकी क्रिकेट नॉलेज मुझसे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है, मैं इसको इंडोर्स करूँगा। सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज़ माय फील्ड कैप्टन, बट दैट्स थिंग इज़ देयर।
Well, I think to accept that fact, it takes a lot of courage. I think many of the people need to understand, evaluate that, and take decisions based in the interest of team. I think you are leading by an example to take such decisions. It takes a lot of courage. Trust me, it's not easy at all. But you're doing a fantastic job. Keep going on with the team. You promised me one thing in the shorter format. टीम अच्छा करेगी, हम 2020 में अच्छा करेंगे, जब मैंने बुखातर लीग में आपसे बात की थी। और आई थिंक आई एम नॉट सरप्राइज्ड, दिस इज़ व्हाट यू बिलीव्ड इन योर टीम, दिस इज़ व्हाट यू केम आउट एंड डिलीवर्ड एज अ टीम। दिस इज़ अ फैंटास्टिक वर्क फॉर यू गाइस।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। बट यू नो, हम अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट ही कर सकते हैं, एक दूसरे को इनकरेज भी कर सकते हैं, सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं। तो प्लेयर्स ने जाके अंदर परफॉर्म खुद करना है, और अगर उसके पास कॉन्फिडेंट आएगा पीछे की तरफ से कि ओके नहीं, मेरे पास एक मैच नहीं है, मेरे पास 25 मैचेस हैं, तो 5 मैच नहीं होता, लेकिन 20 मैच में इसमें आगे जाके उसको कॉन्फिडेंट मिलेगा, बिल्डअप होगा, तो बहुत अच्छा करेगा। दिस इज़ व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर, लॉन्ग स्ट्रेटजी। तो वो छोटी 2 मैचेस की या 4 मैचेस की हम नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन इसमें मैं कहूँगा, मैं तो चलो अभी नया हूँ क्रिकेट में, लेकिन अगर आईजीएम को देखा जाए, मौलवी साहब भी बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, उधर से डिफेंडर से यासिर साहब भी बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं। सो एवरीवन इज़ डूइंग इट बाय देयर ओन रोल। खाली मैं तो अभी नया हूँ, बट दे आर ओल्ड। उनकी टीम मुझसे ज़्यादा पुरानी है, मुझसे ज़्यादा अच्छी है। तो वी नीड टू सपोर्ट ईच अदर एंड इनकरेज ईच अदर। तो इसी तरह कंपटीशन भी आएगा, फ्रेंडली माहौल भी रहेगा, तो टीमें भी आगे बढ़ेंगी और क्रिकेट भी अच्छी रहेगी।
चलिए, माशाल्लाह, उम्मीद करते हैं इसी तरीके से कंटिन्यू करें। आखिरी चीज़, सीबीएफएस ने जिस तरीके से अपनी स्टैंडर्ड को मेंटेन किया है और अप किया है विद एवरी टूर्नामेंट्स कमिंग, क्या कहेंगे उसके बारे में?
थोड़ी सी मैं कहता हूँ, ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है किया है, लेकिन इसमें थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूवमेंट और होनी चाहिए। कि आप देखें, अगर हम बोलेंगे इम्प्रूव किया है, बहुत भी अच्छी बात है, लेकिन देयर इज़ लॉट थिंग्स टू इम्प्रूव इट। तो इस तरह स्टैंडर्ड है रहेगा, ये हम उनको लिख कर भी देते हैं, बताते भी हैं कि यार चीज़ यू आर डूइंग गुड, बट वैल्यू एडिशन थोड़ी सी होनी चाहिए, ताकि नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे आपके लिए और एक्सप्लोजर आ जाए चीज़ों के ऊपर। बट दिस इज़ व्हाट आई कैन से।
Well, absolutely. There is always a learning curve, you know, as we say, it's not just about the game that you play inside, but it's outside as well that you learn with things. And thank you so much for your valuable feedback, Saqib. It was lovely having a chat with you. That's it. From here, back to the commentary box.
Thank you. Thank you, Asim. So, Saad will continue proceedings, the leggy. And I must say, Abid still lucky to be in the middle, because the shout from Yug, that delivery was so close to hitting the middle stump. TVS doing the right thing here, just trying to build momentum. They still need about 8 runs and over, but if these two carry on, it's very much in the cards.
The thing about this target is that at no point in time can DCC relax. Now Saad, I've seen him bowl 3 deliveries now. He's not landed either of them correctly. They need Saad at his best tonight. Leg spinners do have a tendency of not turning up at times.
It's absolutely on point. Yeah, this is a little bit better. But knowing the field placement, it will get slightly easier for these two to just rotate strike. It's not the same condition as it was when DCC was batting, because they were trying to accelerate the score. Right now, there's not much pressure for Salman or Abid to go at it big.
Again, too short from Saad there. It is a poor over. He's lucky to get away with it with just 4 runs.
Yes, and I just love the way Fayyaz bowled today. Flighted like this one, but this will be lofted for a 6. Top tier.
That's cricket for you. Bowl 5 bad balls, concede just 4 runs. Bowl 1 good ball and get it for 6. Eight overs bowl, it's 56 for 2.
Ronak will continue. He has been very economical in the 2 overs that he's bowled. Just the 6 runs given, but that may not be enough. They need to get wickets, and they need to get wickets really quick here. DCC can see the game slowly slipping away from them. This one is well cut, but will find the fielder. Just the one. Salman and Abid doing the right thing for TVS. They just need to build that partnership, and they've done well so far. As long as they don't keep that asking run rate beyond their reach, they will be okay. It's flighted. And this is what I think they need to try more. Flight the ball. Allow the batsman to play those big shots. This one just edging it, but will get 2 runs here. Salman sensing that the short third man was rather square, and that shot, even though it was rather slower ball, he managed to convert that into 2 runs. This one was a bit more quicker, and a good comeback by Ronak. This is the last ball of his 3rd over. He hasn't conceded a wicket yet, but this one in the gap, cut and cut well, will find the boundary. Another 4 for TVSL. Nine overs have been completed. The score for TVSL stands at 64 for 2. Nine overs bowled, 64 for 2. Saad will continue with his leggy. Has been expensive in his first over. Missed out his length on a few occasions, but that last delivery where he actually flighted it, but dispatched that for a 6. And playing very sensibly here, the 2. DCC desperately needs a wicket here to have any chance of coming back into the game. This one, a slog sweep, but missing out on this occasion, Abid. And with a change in voice, it will be Asim back into the comm box. Welcome, Asim.
Thank you very much, Azhar. Saad Abdullah just not in his groove tonight, but just trying to make a comeback here in this over. A very promising talent there. In absence of Aditya Shetty, just making sure that he is filling in the shoes. No turn whatsoever on that occasion. Slapped towards the Cows corner. In fact, towards his cover sweeper for a single.
As he's come back well in this over, just the 3 runs given. It was the same in the previous over that he bowled. The 4 runs that he gave of the first 5 balls, Abid had finished it with a 6 over the long on boundary. This time, he will just drift it towards long off for another single. Just the 4 runs of this over. 10 overs gone. The score is now 68 for 2. It's 10 overs gone. TVSL 68 for 2. Salman 35 of 31. Abid 18 of 19. They're going very steady here. And that brings Faizur into the middle. He will bowl his first over. Straight away starts with a googly. They need a miracle here. They need wickets, and they need wickets really soon. The game as it is slowly slipping away from DCC with shots like this. Finding the boundary, well placed there. Salman at his best.
Salman pulling in that ball from outside the off stump and in the gap. A very risk-free approach here coming in from Salman.
Yes, every time you think that TVSL has given away 1 or 2 or a few dot deliveries, one of these 2 batsmen, they always compensated with a boundary. And it's not one of those blind hits. They're placing it really well, waiting for the bad ball. And the good ones, they just knock it around for singles. The right approach, and this approach will see them crossing the finish line into the finals tomorrow.
Bowled a bit slower in the air, and Faizuru, who was the man of the match in one of the games there, picking up 4 wickets. And he has been given the responsibility here to break through this partnership which is building. It's going heavy now, 56 it's worth.
Yes, I think one of the other things that TVSL, especially Fayaz, did was to pitch the ball up, flight it. We've seen that both Faizur and the other bowlers, they have been bowling rather quickly. May not be the worst approach to try and flight it up a bit, tempt the batsman. And a quick single taken, finishes well. Faizur in his first over gives away 7 runs.
9 over 70 to get here for TVSL Group as we are heading in for the final 9 overs of the game to decide who meets Pacific Group. Will it be the men in red or will it be the men in blue? 11 gone, 75 for 2.
75 for 2. Rani must be a happy captain so far. Things are definitely drifting in their favor. This one drifting on the pads may not find its strength to reach the boundary, but they will get 2.
And they'll get 3 because of the poor collect from Webber. These are those opportunities in the game that you'll have to pounce on. Make sure you're cutting down those 2s into 1s, 3s into 2s. That's how you're going to make a comeback. This is going to be tougher for the captain Panoli to actually accept.
Yes, the fielding has been rather ordinary, especially the wicket keeping. And that's one area that they may need to address quickly. This match is more heavily drifting towards the TVSL.
Wow, that's delicately played. And will this reach the boundary ropes? Yuk puts in that chase. And a decent throw. Keeps it down to 2. Just not going heavy here against the spinners here.
Saad has been expensive. And they need a few tight overs here, DCC, to have any chance to come back in the game. But with regular singles and the odd boundary, that may not be. This one delicately played on the onside.
Excellent stuff here. They just jogged back for 2. This is applying yourself pretty nicely. Look at Salman batting at 40 out of 38 deliveries. So non-Salman here. And you've got to be doing that. You've got to be wearing that sort of a hat as well when you lose 2 early wickets. That's the sign of a complete player. Salman Khan, name to watch out for in the coming years in UAE cricket.
It's a mature innings so far. Again, this one tickled. Chase for the fielder. Yug collects it, but 2 runs will be taken by the batsman, and that completes his 50. 50 of just 39 deliveries at this crucial encounter.
Top knock there from a top player. Back-to-back 350s for Salman, out of which one was 100. This is consistency at its best.
That's the line. That's the ball he needs to bowl more frequently. Ends the over. 12 gone, 85 for 2. So 12 gone, 85 for 2. Miracles needed for DCC. And Faisur might be their last hope. Another miss from the keeper. This is not helping Asim. This sort of a fielding effort is not going to get them anywhere.
Well, a lot of learnings here coming in for GCC boys. Ball pitched outside the off-stump. That should have been a regulation collect. He covered the line of the ball and then just could not manage to hold on to that turn. Now try to reverse sweep that. And then since the ball was on the pads, he swept it. And Yug Sharma will cover it up.
Yes, Yug Sharma has been busy today. A lot of misses and a very interesting, funny-looking shot. Had all the time in the world. And what do you call this, Asim?
This is called as the Misbah tricky shot.
Yeah, very close, actually. You're right. Very close indeed.
That's played in the gap. Ball's racing away towards the boundary. Does it have enough legs? It does. Instead of pulling in the ball, he pulls up the rope.
Yes, cut and cut well. Too wide. And on another day, it might have found its way to that fielder. But this one, finding the gap beautifully. Salman is unstoppable.
Absolutely. He's just trying to up his scoring now. The deficit between the runs and the balls was 10. Driven hard, and will fetch him a single. Expensive over here from Fesu.
And you can see Ronak is definitely quite frustrated there at points. He's not loving the angles that have been bowled by the leggies so far. They need to get their line right. Again, this will be called wide. And it almost looks like they have come completely unprepared, Asim. This is not the first time that that line has been bowled. It has been bowled by almost every bowler that came.
Again, that has been played in the gap. Get a boundary. In fact, I will get a single, I beg your pardon.
A boundary is coming in regularly. We can expect that to come, but these two, they have showed class, they have showed temperament, both of them, and carried on the innings so well. Salman and Abid. The partnership now at 80 runs. Last ball of Pfizer's second over, and comfortably driven on the offside for a single.
Now what's good is that all the TVSL batters, they've clicked at the right time. They've got back in form at the right time. They were struggling for form during the Bukhatar League, a few games here and there. Nasir Faraz and Salman just studying the ship, but things have panned out really nicely. And someone who has experienced that sort of regaining of the form has joined me in the comm box. Nishant, welcome back.
Yes, thank you very much, Asim.
Thank you for the formality, Nishant.
Big shot attempted. And that's gone all the way to the fence for 4. And one striking difference that I just was trying to figure out between the two sides. Now, TVSL have got a boundary almost every over if you leave out 4-5 overs in between. The problem with DCC Starlets was that the last boundary they scored was in their 12th over, 11.2. They got a 6. And after that, in the last 8.4 overs, that's 52 balls, they didn't get a boundary in the last 52 balls.
Well, that's a major difference coming through here. The total that they have got very below par, especially playing against the mighty TVSL. Pulled away, and that's going to be straight to Punya Mehra. Well, one good thing about DCC Starlets is that they have outshined most of the good teams in their group, and they played some quality brand of cricket. These youngsters, average age around 21, 22. I think I'm seeing it on the higher side maybe. 20, 21 maybe maximum.
And they lost only to Future Mattress. And they won all the other 4 games.
They were very, very consistent. Both the departments clicking. Yes, I agree. It was Ronak Panoli, the man who was in form, clicking at the right moment. Tonight he did not. And that was a difference of around 40 runs that showed up on on the scorecard. But again, a massive learning opportunity here for these young lads.
He has gone for a monster hit here. And that's gone way into the stands.
Well, would like to see whether it landed in the stands or on the road. Look at that, that was humongous. Oh, well, it hit that wall. Maybe just falling a couple of inches short in terms of the height. Else that would have been straight on the road.
What a strike, what a massive strike that was from Ali Abid. Last ball of Saad's spell. And he goes for it again. Beaten by the turn this time, outside edge, running away towards third man, pulled back. 2 runs taken. Saad finishes with none for 38 in his 4. It's 112 for 2. Well, short ball there, pulled away. Brilliantly caught in the deep by Amar Badami. The wicket has come for DCC. Just get a feeling it's a little too late, and Salman is disappointed.
Well, why not? It was a short delivery. He got into the position pretty nicely. Just that could not get that elevation because of that skiddiness that Ronak Panoli offers while he's bowling. Slightly quick through the air. And that's the end of Salman. Making his way back for a well-played 59. And definitely putting the team in the driver's position.
So Nasir Faraz is the new man in. Oh, looks to cut. Bit of an underage there. No underage, in fact. Would have liked to get a bit of an underage, maybe. That would have probably beaten everybody. Quicker delivery there from Ronak Panoli. Very well bowled. Excellent delivery again. Another dot ball.
Very good delivery from Ronak. I mean, once he was given the responsibility of the captain, and this has been dispatched. Wow, what a hit from Nasir Faraz. What a way to get off the mark.
Yes, Nasir Faraz can be very dangerous, let me tell you. That was nicely struck. Just a little air from Ronak Panoli, and that was dispatched.
Class. Absolutely class there from Nasir Faraz. wide outside the off stump. Once again, a big hit, and it has gone on the roof. Action replay.
Another 6. What a shot. Nasir Faraz hammering 2 6s. Brilliantly done there. And that is the end of the over. It's 125 for the loss of 3 wickets. Still a delivery to go in this over. That's been squeezed out. Very nicely done by Nasir Faraz. Just a single. He wants the second. Won't get it. End of Ronak Panoli's spell as well. It's 126 for 3 now. Surya into the attack now. Nicely played away by Nasir Faraz for a single. Comfortably done. They're pretty nicely placed.
Surya Satish bowling his first over. Know a thing or two about how he mixes his pace pretty nicely. Sixteenth over in progress here. 127 for 3. He's just about hitting those 18 runs now.
Yes, get them comfortably, finish things off, and he bowls a bouncer. Abid batting on 35-31. He has managed to hold one and up and do that brilliantly. Short ball goes for the pull. Appeal for a caught behind. Umpire not interested.
excellent stuff here. The way TVSL, they have bossed this after the early 2 wickets. Been phenomenal. Again, a slow bouncer there from Surya Satish. Loves mixing it up.
Well, he's hardly mixed it up in this over, has only bowled slower bouncers. Last ball of the over. Excellent first over from Surya. Slower ball again. Full toss, driven straight to cover. That'll be the end of the over. 16 bowled, 128 for 3. Yes, Amar Badami into the attack. And starts off with a poor delivery, gets punished right away. Good strike by Ali Abid. Short ball, pulled away brilliantly. Now the question is, can he get to his 50?
Well, pretty much achievable there. And not to be so tonight. Maybe in the finals when they go through. Ali Abid chopping one in, going for that slog ball, just not coming onto the bat. And that's the end of a fine knock from Ali Abid. Out for 40 of 36 deliveries with 2 sixes and 2 boundaries. Very impressive stuff here from Ali Abid. Continuing his form and putting the team there almost through. One step into the finals.
And he's cleaned him up. Amar Badami has picked up 2 in 2 now. As Sajjad looks to go for the big shot, misses it completely.
Now, was he trying to achieve a net run rate here? What's the hurry, my friend? You're batting after a very long time. Take your time, try to finish it off, stay unbeaten, but not to be so. It's Sajjad Malok. I think that's an error there. Sajjad Malok making his way back to the pavilion, out for a golden duck. 5 down here for 132.
Jawad Ghani is the new man in, ready to face the hat-trick ball from Amar Badami, and he bowls a wide.
Down the leg side and just flicked away. The ball's racing away towards the boundary and will get a boundary. So Jawad Ghani is off the mark. The deficit is under single digit now. Good looking shot. In fact, just played it with delicate hands there. Eight to get of 20. Swept, but straight to the fielder. They'll manage to get one there.
Last ball of the over coming up. Just 7 runs needed to win. Nasir Faraz, he's someone who can finish it off in one go.
Pushes it towards cover sweeper, looking for 2. Wow, this is good cricket. Good running. They'll get 2. 17 overs up. TVS 140 for 5. Just 1 hit away from getting into the finals.
Surya to bowl. Jawad Ghani on strike, nicely flicked away. Comfortable single, should be looking for 2, and they will get it easily as well.
What a clinical performance here by TVS. At one stage they had one game to win, which was a must-win game. And they pulled off heroics that night against IGM. And now almost through. So both the teams in the finals will be from the same group.
Yes, they'll be very pleased. Just 3 runs away now. Nicely struck. Straight to the fielder. Opportunity for Nasir Faraz now to finish it off with a big shot.
Can he do it on this delivery? 2 more to get.
Nasir Faraz, 16 of 7. He shuffles across, flicks it away. And a good stop by the fielder at short mid. Scores level then. Jawad Ghani, will he go for glory?
Depends how you define glory here. A single still will be glory. Scores are level. 144 for 5. Here we go. He does it in style. And TVS cruise into yet another finals. They have been phenomenal throughout the tournament, I'd say, especially towards the fag end, towards the business end. And here they are, the captain, the strategic captain, shaking hands with the young boys of DCC. But what a victory for TVS.
Yes, they'll be very pleased with this clinical performance. Make no mistake about it. they've been on point with their batting, and Ronak Panoli congratulating Jawad Ghani, and of course everybody there will be very pleased with this performance. No two ways about it. Well, there's a bit of a shaky start, but Salman held his own, and that partnership between Salman and Abid ensured that there were no hiccups in the run chase of the Vision shipping. And then Nasser Faraz and Jawad Ghani producing the final rights as they finished with 148 for 5 in 17.4 overs.
Well, in my opinion, they were fantastic there. Lost a couple of early wickets, but the way they bounced back was phenomenal. Pick of the bowlers there, Amar picking up 2 wickets towards the end, but it was Yug Sharma who impressed me a lot with the new ball, getting rid of Saqib with 11 dot balls. So was Ronak Panoli, captain, leading from the front as well. 11 dot balls, conceding 28 though. However, went for runs in the last over, but was very, very economical and impressive. Picked up 1 wicket, and Shelley's got a wicket as well, but was expensive in the second over, mind you. Overall, I think that's the best that they could have actually pulled this game far. Otherwise, if they were in their actual flow, the game would have been finished in like matter of 14 or 15 overs.
Yes, absolutely. A little bit of a fight put up there. That was the story. Vision Shipping winning the toss and electing to field. DCC Starlets restricted to 144 for 9 in the 20 overs. Fayaz bowled brilliantly, and so did Ghani. And of course, Nadeem chipped in with wickets as well. Never really got going, DCC Starlets. In reply, riding on a half-century from Salman and a good supporting role from Abid. Vision Shipping won the game by 5 wickets with 14 balls to spare.
Well, they were phenomenal, Vision Shipping. Overall, what a game of, what a tournament they have had throughout. The hiccups there coming through, but this is going to be the big night here. This is all what the teams battled it out for, the position in the finals. And it is Pacific Group that will be taking on TVSL, and that will be live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium tomorrow. Just 10 minutes to 8, we'll be live. In fact, we'll be live by 7:30 tomorrow because it's the finals. So we'll be live by 7:30. We'll hope to see you guys here for the live action. Meanwhile, we're not done from here, but there is Azhar who's out down there for the post-match presentation. Until tomorrow, on behalf of Nishant Machetia, a very good night to all of you.
Good guy. Coming? Come.
Where's I should come left. So yeah, more. Okay. Where's Fayaz, by the way?
He's here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the CBFS T20 League right here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Before we commence ahead, I would like to thank our sponsors, title sponsor SkyExchange.net, powered by sponsor and official streaming partner FanCode, event partner TCM, toss partner Arba Sports Services, associate sponsor OurSouk.com, support sponsor Toyom Sports Limited, and merchandise partner 7 Districts. This is match number 32, the second semi-finals between TVSL and DCC Starlets. TVSL winning the toss, electing to field first, restricting DCC to 144 runs, which was chased quite comfortably at the end. Commencing ahead, we would be moving on to the awards for the night. The award will be presented by Mr. Tehseen Javed, who is the match referee, and our Souk player of the match undoubtedly goes to Fayaz Ahmed from Vision Shipping for his 3 wickets, just for 11 runs conceded. Fayaz will be receiving a gift hamper from OurSouk.com, and also he will be receiving a 20% discount voucher on all products purchased from OurSouk.com. Fayaz bhai, please. Fayaz bhai, everything going straight right for you from the very beginning. You won the toss, you guys restricted them, and you bowled beautifully. They started off very well. They scored almost 100 runs in the first 10 overs. What changed and how did you restrict them to the score?
Yeah, first of all, Alhamdulillah, we won the match in the big event, this Sharjah. So we qualified the final. It's a big achievement for first time. We qualified the final in the Sharjah. So about the first 10 hours, they played really well. And when I came on the bowling, so I checked the wicket is quite helpful for me. So I just bowling on my basic and give flight and variation, so it will helpful. So Alhamdulillah, I got wickets there.
So the flight made a big difference. We saw that batsmen were struggling to score runs, and then you put them under pressure and eventually they gave off the wicket. Is this a normal technique that you go by, or today was special because of the pitch conditions?
Yeah, also pitch condition also helpful, and the main thing is just read the batsman. If you read the batsman, so you can know where you have to bowl, exactly the main place. So I do it, and Allah help me.
And DCC Starlets, they have been an amazing team this season. They have started off well as well. After 10 overs, was there some sort of panic that was set in? Maybe they will score 180, maybe 200. How do you stop them? Or were you quite sure from the very beginning that no, the second 10 overs, we will definitely restrict them?
Yeah, this is, they start really well actually. 10 over 100 runs. So we work on our basics. So Nadeem also support me, and Alhamdulillah, everyone work hard. First 10 overs they played really well, and after 10 overs we played very well. We're bowling on the basic and right area, right lines, so it will be helpful for us.
This must be a real morale booster for you, because at one point you weren't sure that you would qualify, but then you beat, which team was that? IGM, by a very big margin, scoring 227 runs and then just restricting them to 67, eventually taking them out of the tournament. And tomorrow you will be facing Pacific Group. What is your strategy going to be, and how are you going to go about with the game?
Yeah, just we play our normal game. We just we didn't take a serious note. Yeah, we just play our game and enjoy that the final. So main thing, we didn't take any pressure. So we try to give our best. So inshallah, we try to win that tournament. Inshallah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck for the finals.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that is it from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Do tune in live tomorrow at 8 p.m. The big final between TVSL and the Pacific Group. That is a match that you do not want to miss. Thank you and good night.